Hi, everybody. It's good to see you again. It's been a long time. I guess I should go ahead and explain why, first of all, that I was gone. I have read a lot of comments asking where I was at and why I haven't put any videos out. First of all, I had to have a minor surgery. Not a big deal. I'm still good, up and at 'em now. Just took a few days. Now, the other one was after the last video. I am an empath, unfortunately. And I started to really feel bad. Excuse me, it's my cat. I started to really feel bad thinking that I may possibly be ruining a man's life that didn't do anything. And that bothered me a lot. I just can't imagine if he really didn't do anything, what he's going through. But then I went back and I read through a lot of my notes and went over a couple of videos. And there are many things. I put down a few just to let you know a couple of them that I read and went, yep, that's why. That's exactly why. These are also things that are aside from the fact his deafening silence to where the man has not spoken much about his wife at all other than defending himself, obviously, that we've all seen. But outside of his abnormal silence for a missing spouse, here are the other things. One of them is the fact that Barry was the last person to see her in bed at what, 5:30 that Sunday Mother's Day morning. Kind of like a Chris Watts deal. Sadly, I saw her sleeping in bed 5:30 when I left to go to work. That's not good. He also suggested and introduced the whole bike theory. So that bothers me a whole big bunch. Why start that narrative? And oddly enough, the only thing that has been found is a bike leading to Barry's narrative that she went for a bike ride, even though no one saw her. But I know these are all things that you know. But, he's also lied multiple times as well. And why on earth would a man with a missing wife lie? I cannot think of one earthly reason why a man would lie. It just blows my mind. I don't understand. And, even to his admission on one of his lies, he forgot that he had to stop and do some work on his bobcat. And he said that he would absolutely participate in the search that Andy had put on. And of course, he did not show face. So these are just some of the lies that reminded me that, Jill, yes, there is a possibility that he's not guilty, but the probability says that he is. So, but it took me a while to get to that because I wanted to know in my heart that I wasn't just maliciously out to get a man for no reason. And I'm still not out to get a man. I want to bring attention to this case and where the circumstantial evidence and things lead you, in his words from his mouth, lead you to believe. And I feel like this case is getting quiet again. So I guess it's time to come out beating the drums again, because we're not going to forget about Suzanne. If you think that's going to happen, keep dreaming, because we're going to keep on. Now, I don't understand why the man, he says that he has had these personal searches going on. Nobody's ever seen him. He's never asked for any help, and it's evident that there would be multiple people that would join in to help, that he could vet himself, that he would feel comfortable with. So I think that's a bunch of BS as well. And the hasty job, no tools, with not even an order of bricks or blocks to do the wall with, no permits, no nothing. So then, now, a little bit later on, he moves out of his house. Now, let me get my phone and show you one of the points of my video. It seems as if since Suzanne Morphew went missing, Barry Morphew has been very, very busy with their finances and making moves, selling, buying, and it just seems odd for someone, especially 6 months and some of it well under 6 months after she went missing, to do these things. Now, there is, let's start with on 7/9. Now, on 6/2, I believe it was, someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I know you guys will. You're good at that. Oh, and P.S., the person that left the comment about me making money off of this channel, name one video that's monetized. I do this because I love this, but thanks. So 6/2, I believe, is when, was it 6/2? He got guardianship, or tried to get guardianship, went to court to get guardianship of Suzanne already. Now, here is where the paper trail of money starting. So then there was something else that happened in June, and I just, for the life of me, cannot remember what in the world that it was. But anyway, okay, on 7/9, there was an owner transfer. 7/9/2020, transfer from Morphew, Barry L. and Suzanne to Morphew, Suzanne, then to the current deed owner, and I won't list that, but that goes to show that it was transferred from their name to Suzanne's name and then sold in July. Okay, now you've also got, what was it? There was, the house went up for sale, but I'm trying to find where it's at because I had it all listed in, okay, here we go. Number one, Suzanne and Barry Morphew live in Maysville, okay, and then they end up moving. Now, the thing I find odd also is Suzanne's nonprofit was registered in Colorado in February. 3 months before she went missing is when it was, she had started the nonprofit and registered it in Colorado. And of course, we know it was registered to their PUMA Path home. And this is all documented. This is all public record. Now, on that nonprofit, Barry was listed as a principal. Now, let's see, where did it go? And I want to talk about something. I'll get to it in just a moment. Where I had them all in a row. I'm so sorry, you all. I really did have this going. But anyway, it went on down to the dates of when they put the PUMA Path house up, or when he put the PUMA Path house up for sale. There's been property sold in Indiana, and trying to sell the property on Longhorn where he bought the spot that was supposedly for his mother, like a house seat to build on. And so why all of these sales? Oh, also Suzanne's car was sold 2 months. It was sold in July. 2 months after the woman went missing. So, God forbid, this all craziness. I don't know. Say she comes home by the grace of God. Her car's gone. Her home is up for sale, possibly gone. Land that they owned is gone. His mother's house seat sold. Everything they have had and accumulated is gone. How much more devastating would that be? So that goes to show me that Barry's definitely riding that money train. And for the nonprofit to have been transferred and him listed as a principal back in February, 3 months, was it? Yeah. March, April, May, 3 months. So 3 months before she goes up missing, the nonprofit is switched. He's made principal. She goes missing 3 months later, and he is trying to get guardianship of her within, it wasn't even a month, in the month of June. And selling her car in the month of July, selling the home, selling property. And the last thing that I wanted to get at, I think it was the last thing. I have a ton of notes. But I think that was the last thing that I wanted to get at with this one, except for who is this friend of Barry's that he's been seen with, riding in his, and that's another new purchase, his new truck. He sold hers, but he got a new truck. Does that sound right at all to you? At all. But anyway, there's been this woman that I have heard now, allegedly, he has gone to Indiana to visit her. She's gone to Colorado to visit him, and allegedly, and she has allegedly been seen riding in his new truck, his new white truck. And I'm wondering who she is. And just for the simple fact that if it was a close friend of Suzanne's, I don't know. It just seems odd, and it doesn't seem right. I can't imagine riding around and going to visit back and forth with my friend who's missing her husband, unless we were working on the case. But from us being on the outside of the box looking in, it doesn't look like Barry is looking into much of a case. Couple of announcements, guys. I plan on doing a video on this new Chris Watts situation. If any of you may or may not have seen the live that Zav Girl and I did Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and Kim Kaufman came on to just, have a conversation, debate us, and it turned out pretty decent, actually. So I have tried to reach out to her to see if she wanted to come on my channel and possibly us have a Q&A. That would be great. But I do plan on doing a video on the Watts case. And I also had someone very interesting from Denver contact me by email. So I want to see where that leads and see if possibly there's anything that needs to be put out there from the conversation. I guess, if this person was to let me, I guess. But let's see where the conversation goes. And it was good seeing you guys again. And, I didn't get to the whole bike situation. That'll be another video. Just nothing about anything other than the bike. I want to talk about the bike. But have a really, really great rest of your week, guys, and happy Monday. Jill the Private Investigator. See you next time. Bye-bye.